What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing. How many times have you ever walked into the tackle store and just been amazed at all the different options that you have? Isn't it awesome, all the different choices that we have as bass fishermen? You know what though? One of the challenges we have as bass fishermen though is figuring out which one of those lures to use and basically, how to be effective with those lures. But then on top of that is we got to kind of manage our money a little bit, right? We can't go in there and buy every single color they have or every single option that's out there. That's just way too difficult. And it's also making fishing, in my opinion, a little more difficult because we're switching stuff so much. We're trying so many different things. Why don't we just try like 10 lures and get really good at those and then build one on top of that? So maybe you switch over to something bigger or something smaller and then just work your way up from there. That seems a lot simpler to me. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to try to help you guys out that are new to fishing. What I've done is I've gone out, you guys know we have a partnership with Omnia Fishing. We've gone out and created a page now on Simplistic Fishing that will tell you all of my top baits and lure recommendations that are out there. So tonight, that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump over. I'll show you that stuff on the website. Hopefully it will help some of you guys at least limit the amount of tackle that you buy. Probably people don't want to hear that, but let's limit it down a little bit and focus on all the good stuff. And of course, you guys know, you've seen me fishing in videos. These are always the lures that I have tied on. This is pretty much my tried and true lures. Let's go check them out. Here we are out on the Simplistic Fishing website. That's www.simplisticfishing.com. You go out here, and this is really our homepage that you'll go to. You can do a couple things from here. You can click the Shop Now button, or you can go up and you can click the little hamburger menu that you have on your mobile app, and you'll see these different tabs at the top. So either way you get, you can get into the site. Just click one of those buttons. Now, once you come in here, just a quick recap of what we got on the website before I show you this tackle stuff. We've got over 175 lakes out here now. All of these broken down. You just basically pick your lake. Let's say we want Lake of the Arbuckles. We go out there, we pick that. It shows you kind of a general idea of all the different or not general, but it shows you all the waypoints that are out there, what you'll get on the card. Shows you a little thing of the card, and then over here, you basically select either digital file. If you do that, I'll email you the files, and then you can put them on an SD card yourself, so you can put them on the graph, or you can select the SD card option, and we will send you an SD card that you'll use to put inside your graph, and we'll also email you that Google Earth file, so you can go out and do some exploring on your PC before you actually get out onto the lake. So really cool stuff, so go out and check that out. Now, also, when you're out here, you can go to boat lanes. Now, if you're new to Texas, you're not sure what boat lanes are. Boat lanes are basically navigational lanes for the lakes that have a lot of trees that are submerged in the water. So basically, we've got a lot of that here in Texas, and you need guide lanes in order to travel safely through those. And we've got a lot of those out here. We've got 6 different lakes you can see here: Ray Roberts, Conroe, Sandlin, Martin Creek, Tawakoni, and Palestine. So you can check those out, and you can also combine those. So let's say you wanted to go out to Lake Bob Sandlin, and you wanted to get the waypoints and the guide lanes. We give discounts when you do that, and you just pick guide lanes and waypoints from there. That'll take you there. We've got frequently asked questions. That's all the questions that everyone asks me. We've got how-to videos. I talked to you about how to import into your graphs. I also talked to you about using this for your mobile device, so check that out from the offshore side. It's basically how I show you guys in these videos all the offshore spots and how we talk about it. It tells you exactly how I do it, and then it even goes even further, and we talk about modifying your files. So if you get the digital files from me, which you'll get with the SD card, or when you buy the digital file, you can actually go in there and modify it yourself. Only put in there what you want to see on your graph. If you don't want to see all these waypoints, maybe you just want to have an offshore card, well, you can definitely do that. You can go in there and modify the card to just show offshore hot spots. I show you how to convert it over. I show you how to put it on the card, all that good stuff. Basically showing you all my secrets to everything that I do. But basically go in there, check it out if you want to modify that file. So let's do one more thing, and let's take a look at this partners page. These are the partners that we have. These guys have been great to us. Omnia Fishing, obviously we're going to talk about that in a minute. We've got Habit Outdoors. They were our first sponsor, so go check them out. They've got great fishing and hunting apparel, especially right now going into fall. Good stuff, really good prices. And then our best bud out there, Tom Main, he gives fishing guide trips on Lake Fork, Lake Tyler, and Lake Athens and Palestine. Tom's awesome. Definitely go check him out if you're fishing down there and want some expert advice. So now it's time to get into the good stuff. That's right. We're going to talk about this tackle page. So here's the tackle page. And like I mentioned before, what I've done is I put all my favorite lures out here. So you can see here, let's just start off with the Heat and Spook. I'm not going to go through all of these with you guys because I don't want to ruin the surprise. You got to go out to the website and check it out. But pretty much it talks to you, just gives you a little bit of I guess a caption here for you, tells you about it. My favorite fall fishing lure. Fish this on points and very tight to riprap for some great fishing action. And then I also let you guys know what I pair this up with. Now again, I'm no expert in bass fishing. I'm just a guy that loves to fish a lot and like to share any information that I learn while I'm out there. These are the rods that work for me. Everybody's a little bit different, so you might have to mess around. But if you're just starting off fishing, if you stay within these ranges that I'm saying, and you really pay attention to the tips and the sensitivity, whether it be medium heavy or medium or heavy, those are going to be pretty important, especially depending on what you throw. One general thing that I would say is that if the bait that you're throwing has treble hooks on it, you're gonna almost always throw that on a medium heavy or a medium, because you're gonna want your rod to bend a little bit more so you don't just rip those hooks completely out of the fish. If you're using a bait where you basically got to drill that hook into them like a frog, so maybe a single hook, or a frog usually has the double hook. But in either way, you want to have a heavier rod there, right? You can go medium heavy as long as it's a little bit stiffer, medium heavy, or heavy, because you want to be able to really drive that hook in. Whereas on the other one, you're kind of wanting to use your rod to play with the fish because you've got 6 different hooks in them. And anyways, it's all craziness, but that is a general way to think about the rods. And then when it comes to the tips, you know, the fast tip is going to be really stiff, and then the moderate tip's going to have a little bit more bend to it. Which is always going to be, you know, if you're, again, kind of the same type thing, you want that moderate tip with those big hooks. If you've got treble hooks on there, go with moderate tip, and if you don't have treble hooks, go with a fast tip. And that's kind of a general thing. Now, obviously, there's tons of different ways you can do this. There's tons of different setups, tons of different rods, all kinds of different options for reels and all of that stuff. But I'm just giving you generality of how to get started. Don't get too caught up in all the different rod sizes and stuff. A 7.3 medium heavy with a moderate tip and a 7.3 medium heavy with a fast tip, you're gonna be pretty much able to fish anything you want with that. The frog is gonna be a little bit tougher because it's a little shorter rod, but overall it would get the job done if you had to. So these are all the different lures that I've put out here for you. You can see here I've got my favorite color crankbaits. I tell you guys about the crankbaits. I tell you about a little bit about a winter crankbait in there. I talk to you about my favorite shaky head lures and my colors, the wobble heads out there, the favorite baits there, my favorite Carolina rig baits, my 2 hooks. I really only stay with 2 hooks, and I know a lot of people that are experienced fishermen are gonna rip me on this one, but you know, I'm just not up for the flipping hook. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't do enough flipping for it to matter. So pretty much I just stay with an EWG hook and an offset worm hook. And those are the 2 kind of hooks that I use 99% of the time. And so if I was suggesting someone started off the fishing, I would say, hey, just grab you some 3/0 and 4/0 EWG hooks, grab you some offset worm hooks, some 3/0, 4/0 on that, and that's probably going to cover you for most of the stuff that you're fishing. As you can see here, I got some good flipping baits. Talked to you guys about my favorite jig. You guys know what that is. And I even threw in a swim bait. And you didn't think I was throwing a swim bait because I don't throw them that much, but when I do, that's definitely one that I throw. And then I give you a little secret here on Lake Fork in regards to that little flashy swimmer. So go check it out, simplisticfishing.com. And don't forget, on that Omnia Fishing stuff, if you sign up to be a member, and I don't remember the exact cost to be a member, I think it's either $19.99 or $29.99. That gives you free shipping for the entire year. So you can go out here and just buy 1 frog and you get that shipping for free, or you can buy 10 frogs and get the shipping for free, or you can buy a rod or whatever. Your shipping is always free when you're a premium member. And to make it even better, and this is probably the thing that I like about it the most, other than what I'm getting ready to show you, is the fact that you can actually get 10% credit on everything that you buy. So if you buy a $100 rod, you're gonna get $10 added to your account. And then next time you come in, if you don't even want to buy anything, you just want to spend $10, you can just spend that $10 and they'll ship it for free because you're a member. So it's super cool, and you'd be surprised at how much you add up when you're getting a 10% discount on everything that you're buying. And then they also give you exclusive benefits too. So on top of all that, when you go out there, you know, you're getting discounts on top of discounts. So it's really, really good. But let's check this out really quick. I just want to show you guys this. So you can either click on the image or you can click get it now. I set up a button here for need a rod. You guys have heard me talk about it a lot, those of you that watch the channel, but I love the Dobbins rods. I'm also a big fan of the Shimano rods. Those are probably one of my favorites as well. And then of course, last but not least, the 6 Sense rods. I'm a big fan of those too. So if you scroll down here, this shows you everything that Dobbins has to offer. So you can see that, or you can just go up and change your little search icon. The one thing that I wanted to show you is, let's say we wanted to go out there and we wanted to look up the Zara Spook. So we go out here to the Zara Spook, we click it, it takes us right into Omnia Fishing, you know, shows us the different colors that are out there. And of course, let's say that you're looking at this and you're like, man, I've got, you know, this is the exact example of what I was talking to you guys about in the introduction. You come in here and you've got this spook. Well, yeah, there's a spook there, but now you've got 7 different choices to choose from. So what the heck color are you gonna pick? You got 7 different colors. You can't buy 7 different lures. And if you're new to fishing, you're probably just gonna buy the one that has your favorite color on it. And your favorite color is not always the best bait to be using. So whatever's eye candy to us is not exactly eye candy to the bass. Well, what's cool about Omnia Fishing is, one, you can look up fishing reports. So I could go in here and look up the fishing reports. But before we do that and look at these fishing reports, check this out. It actually tells you, based on the fishing reports and everything else that they've gotten on the information that they have, that the bone color in 4.5 has 73 different picks for largemouth bass. It's chosen 66% of the time. So if you're new to fishing, are you gonna go to try to recreate the wheel and make the baby bass color the prime color for largemouth? No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna go with the masses as a new fisherman, and you're gonna pick the bone color because that's the smartest decision, the best thing to buy, and you're gonna pick that. And then, oh, by the way, when you're out there and you come in here, and let's say you're just coming in, I'll show you 2 different ways to do this, but here's one way. You can go down here and this shows you fishing reports. So let's say that you're going out there in the spring. Well, just so happens Patrick Walters has one out there, and it tells you a little bit about what to do out there. It's kind of a lake breakdown for you. It kind of gives you some tips, and he also talks to you about the different lures that he used out there as well. You can see out here, I've got one out here for simplistic fishing in the fall. This one is really in regards to, I believe we were down in Richland Chambers, but we were talking about using, obviously, that Zara Spook. That's one of my favorites, so we've got that out there too. So go check that out. It's really cool. Not only can you figure out what lures to buy, but you can also see the fishing reports on your lakes. You can get the 10% credit back, you get the free shipping, and you get my personal recommendations on what lures to pick as you're learning along with me. So guys, I hope that helps you out a lot. Go check us out, simplisticfishing.com. And for all of you who've been supporting us for over the years, I just truly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Hope to see you out on the water. Tight lines, everybody.